Welcome to our virtual classroom. Join me for some fun learning. Hello, welcome to Storytime. It is Miss Nicole, your host of Legacy Lineage Online Learning. Thank you for joining me. I am so excited. I usually am when I'm doing story time. I'm so excited to join you and read stories with you and spend this time learning, but I am especially excited today. So many children, if you live in America, have celebrated the 100th day of school. And that's a big deal because you've been going to school for 100 days. Well, Miss Nicole is celebrating 100 stories on story time. We actually have more than 100 stories. We started last year, so this marks our 1 year anniversary. On March 24th, the first story time story was put out for children to enjoy and for parents to be able to put on for you so that you would have something to do when quarantine first started. You remember that about a year ago? Well, since then, it has been 100+ stories on Storytime. We've had music and movement. We have had virtual field trips. We went to the apple orchard. We've done fun activities. The bunny cake. Who remembers the bunny cake? It was delicious. And so now we are going to be celebrating our 100th with Miss Bindergarten celebrates the 100th day of kindergarten. So we are celebrating our 100th day by doing a 100-day activity. You'll have to stay tuned and see what it is. I'll give you a hint. We have two. So the way we're going to count to 100 is I'm going to show you. So 10 groups of 10 equal 100. So if this is 10 and we're counting to 10 times, we go 10, 20. How about this? As I'm doing it, you high 10 me, okay? So here we go. 10, 20, come on. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Woo! That is 10 tens. 100. So one of our activities for Motivational Movement Monday will be 10 of 10 exercises. So my special guest is going to join me and we are going to do 10 of 10 exercises. I would like you to be thinking of something that you can do. You can have 10 or 10 of. We are going to make a collection. I know for a fact that I have 100 books. Matter of fact, I have hundreds of books. So we're not going to do 10 groups of 10 books. We're going to have something special, and stay tuned and you can help us count to 100 again. So today we're going to read this story. So let's get started. Let's sing the story time song, Dinosaur. Can I borrow these? Thank you. He has the music box with all the musical instruments. So I'm going to use the rhythm sticks. All right. I am reading, look at me, time to put the toys away and listen to what I say. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. This is the front of the book, this is the back of the book, and this is the spine, and this is the spine. This is the front of the book. It tells you the name of the story. Miss Bindergarten celebrates 100th day of kindergarten. This is the back of the book. It lets you know that it's the end. And this is the spine. It holds the pages of the book together, just like the spine in your back holds your body together. All right. Mrs. Bindergarten celebrates the 100th day of kindergarten. Tomorrow we celebrate, says Mrs. Bindergarten, the 100th day of kindergarten. 100 days of friends, 100 days of fun, 100 days of darling, dazzling, winning work you've done. So remember that tomorrow, all of you must bring 100 of some wonderful, 100-ful thing. So she's giving them an important notice for their parents that they have to bring 100 of something. And Miss Nicole is going to be doing 100 exercises, and we're going to be counting to 100 and counting something special. That night, Adam Fort is finished. So he builds a fort with how many of those popsicle sticks do you think he needed? If you said 100, you're right. Brenda's half asleep because Brenda uses paper to make a paper chain. Christopher's 100 blocks tumbles in a heap. Miss Bindergarten gets ready for the 100th day of kindergarten. And look, Miss Bindergarten is doing her exercises, and it looks like she's doing 100 what? 100 push-ups. Or maybe she just did 10 push-ups and 10 of something else, like we're going to do. And it looks like she has a special treat because she is putting something in the freezer. Oh, I see what she has. She has a recipe right down here. It says 100-day punch. The next morning, Danny counts out cereal. Emily fills a vase. Franny draws a picture of her 100-year-old face. I love Emily. She has 100 flowers. I would love to have 100 flowers. Miss Bindergarten gets ready for the 100th day of kindergarten. And even though Miss Bindergarten is going into a classroom, some children are still learning at home and online like you as you're reading and enjoying story time with me. And we're going to celebrate ours online. So get some ideas of what your 100th thing could be. Gwen creates a poster. Henry claps and cheers. Ian brings a relative who's lived 100 years. Wow. And Miss Bindergarten gets ready for the 100th day of kindergarten. And I see something interesting over here. It says, how many baby fish will be born? And they took a survey to find out. 25, 50, 75, or 100. Jessie pokes her polka dots. Kiki carries tarts. Lenny hugs a bag full of 100 candy hearts. They all have great ideas. And Jessie has 100 polka dots on her jumper. Miss Bindergarten gets ready for the 100th day of kindergarten. And I love this banner. This banner says what they could do 100 of. So someone said, I could eat 100 French fries. I could eat 100 candies. Someone else said peanuts, watermelons, and so on. I think I could maybe not eat 100 watermelons, but I could probably find 100 watermelon seeds. Someone else said potato chips and apples and pizza and crackers, bananas and grapes. 100 ice cream cones or 100 pickles. I can eat 100 pickles if they came from Trader Joe's. I love their pickles. Maddie's bells go ding-a-ling. Noah's toot toots. Ophelia stuck with stickers from her hat down to her boots. 100 bells. Can you imagine what those bells and his horn sound like together? That is loud. Miss Bindergarten gets ready for the 100th day of kindergarten. And this is neat right here. They have counted, and they counted up to 100 by making a inch worm, I guess. And every 5, they counted 5 and they marked it red. And every 10, they marked it yellow. And remember, we said 10 tens equal 100. So let's find their 10 tens in this story. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Behind Miss Bindergarten must be 70 and 80. And here is 90 and 100. You can't see 70 and 80 because Miss Bindergarten is still making the decoration. Patricia sorts her crayons. Quentin revs toy cars. Raffy lifts the lid up on 100 dinosaurs. We have one big dinosaur right here. Wonder what we'll have 100 of. Miss Bindergarten is almost ready for the 100th day of kindergarten. And that looks like she's made 100 hearts. And she has 100 bow ties on her dress. Sarah checks her ant farm. Tommy flies his kites. Ursula's bag is heavy, but Vicky's bunch is light. 100 balloons. I hope she doesn't float away. Oh, now Miss Bindergarten is all ready for the 100th day of kindergarten. And I'm going to hold the book here for a minute because I want you to do a picture walk. That means you use your eyes and you look all around this picture and you see how many things and details in the picture that can tell you all about what Miss Bindergarten has been busy decorating. You ready for your picture walk? Here we go. Come as close as I can so you can see. I spy with my little eye the number 100 made out of blocks. I spy with my little eye the counting inchworm. I spy with my little eye the 100 hearts. What did you spy that was 100? Were you able to see those things that I pointed out when I was saying it? I'll show you then. Here is the 100 made with blocks. 1, 0, 0. Here is the counting inchworm. And here are the 100 hearts. And there is Mrs. Bindergarten with her 100 bows. So let's see, as she greets her class, what's going to happen. Wanda whoops and hollers. Xavier shakes his seeds. Yolanda pound and Zachary Blair boogie with their beads. Congratulations, kindergarten, says Mrs. Bindergarten, without more delay. And there they are sitting in front of the blocks with the 100 for their group time meeting. They're all sitting there, and let's see. Let's celebrate the 100th day. Oh, and something on the table. They must have been using something, some ingredients to make something. And look at them, all doing different activities. Somebody's making the punch. And the pig is smelling the flowers. Do a picture walk. What else do you see happening? I hope her parrot isn't going to eat 100 tarts. And then it says the end, and it shows us all the different 100 things that they did. She hung up pictures of all of their 100 things. And I'll let you do a picture walk again. I think her class did an awesome job. The end. All right, so I hope that you're going to join us for our 100th celebration for Motivational Movement Monday. We're going to be doing 100 exercises. And we also have a fun counting 10 of 10 something, but I can't tell you what until you join us again for the next story time. So to end the story, let's count to 100 one more time. Get your high 5 up. Now get your high 10 up. And we are going to make sure you don't hit the TV or the device that you're watching, okay? You just put your hands out to meet mine, okay? Because I don't know if you're watching this on a TV. We don't want anybody to get hurt. We don't want anything to fall. And we don't want any devices to break. So if you're watching it, see how I just go close to the device, but I don't really hit the screen? That's what we're going to do. And we are going to get ready to count to 100 again. Remember, 10 tens. Here we go. Let's count to it in Spanish, because the first time we did it in English, okay? So I'll count it in Spanish, and when I get to 10, then we're done. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 10 equals 100. Right. All right. Thank you for joining me. Stay tuned for our 100. Today is our 100 celebration. We have read over 100 books, and we are celebrating our 1-year anniversary. We have been on since March 24th when the first story time was presented. Can anyone name the first story that was presented for story time? If not, I'll give you a hint. You can go back through our playlist and you will find our first story. So, can you guess what our 100 thing is? We read Mrs. Bindergarten celebrates the 100th day of kindergarten. And she had a whole bunch of different things that they were counting to 100 to. Well, our 100 is, I'll give you a hint. Dinosaurs. And to celebrate our 100, we are having a special giveaway. If you follow us on Instagram at legacy.lineage, you can enter our giveaway and win a case of small dinosaurs. If you like to draw, there is Draw With Me, a dinosaur book. We also have an activity book with wiki sticks, and we're going to be giving out some additional wiki sticks because they just didn't give you enough to get your activities done. So we are going to count our 100 dinosaurs, and I brought along a helper, my co-host, and he is actually responsible for this collection of 100 dinosaurs. Thank you, Omari, for letting us borrow your dinosaurs. So we're going to start off with the mask and the dino trucks. Let's see if I can. Dino trucks. Let's see. Try them again. You try it. Oh, sounds like he needs new batteries. Yeah. Well, anyway. anyways, we're going to count, and we put the dinosaurs in groups of 10. Because did you know that 10 groups of 10 equal 100? 10 groups of 10 equal 100. All right. So this dinosaur, 1, 2, plus the 8 dinosaurs that you can win in the giveaway, that's our first group of 10. Now we're going to count our other groups of 10. So that's 1, that's 10. This group of dinosaurs right here is 10. That equals 20. Did you know Barney is a T-Rex? My son taught me that. I did not know what kind of dinosaur Barney was. And we Googled it, and Barney is actually a T-Rex. Have you watched any of Barney's shows? He was really popular when my oldest daughter was little, but now, not so much. Like Dino Trucks is popular right now, and there are probably a few other dinosaur shows. So back to our counting. So let's start again. 10, 20. These standing dinosaurs right here equal 30. Let's see, we do have, this was a remote control dinosaur. He was pretty neat when he worked and had batteries in him. Does this guy, I think, what does he do? So we have 2 robotic dinosaurs. Great, let's put him back. All right, so let's count some more, starting from the top. 10, 20, 30. This is a group of 10, 40. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, counting the big guy. And our last 10 dinosaurs come from these books. 5 in this book and 5 in this book. And so to enjoy these story times, come back and we will be reading about our last 10 dinosaurs to equal our 100 dinosaurs. Now, the next thing you will see is us doing our Motivational Movement Monday activities, and we are going to give you 10 exercises. We're going to do each exercise 10 times to celebrate our 100th celebration. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining me. See you next time, and remember, you are the you in unique.